Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Abby Van Meter at the Nelson County Extension Office, and we're getting ready for the holidays. And in the past, we've talked about some gift-giving possibilities that we have, and today we're going to make one of these gift-giving jars.
Right. So this is a really good thing, especially for those people that you don't really know what to get them. They have everything, and you know the holidays can be a stressful time whenever we don't know what to get people, and we don't want it to be like that. So we have some really great recipes and some options for, they're called Gifts from the Kitchen, and there's lots of different recipes. We made a soup last year of things that you might even have around your home, so you wouldn't even have to go get a lot of stuff, and you can make a lot of these. So you could make 5 or 6 jars. They turn out really pretty. You could tie a ribbon around them, and then you have a gift for, and everyone's going to use a jar of cookies or a jar of soup. So it's a really easy gift, and it's more meaningful than just going out and finding something that just to get a gift. So
Right. So the idea is everything's already in there. All they have to do is actually combine it and
now
bake it.
this one they will have to add butter, egg, and vanilla.
Right.
So if you can't put that in the jar.
The
But
dry ingredients.
The dry ingredients all go in there, and the good thing about all these recipes is, you have all the dry ingredients in the jar, and you only have to add a couple things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in making a gift in the jar,
Yes.
you can contact the extension office here, and they
Yes.
can give you some of the recipes. But today we're actually going to make.
We are going to make today, they're called Cranberry Hootie Creeks, which is just a fancy name for oatmeal cranberry cookies.
Okay.
So you could also use raisins. We're going to use dried cranberries today, but if you wanted to substitute raisins, they would just be oatmeal raisin cookies. So
Okay.
Hootie Creeks
But cranberries
apparently is right.
are better for you, right?
I think so. Yeah, they. I like them better, and they do have a lot more antioxidants and things in them. So.
Or they do have cran raisins.
Yeah.
So a craisin.
Right.
So you can actually do it that way if you wanted to.
And with the holidays, it gives that festive red coloring. So that's always good.
Okay.
So we're going to start with a half a cup of self-rising flour. And actually, this recipe, you put a half a cup of flour and then 2 more tablespoons. So we're going to put a level scoop of that.
Okay.
And try not to make a mess like I'm doing. That'll be all right. So we have the tablecloth. And then 2 tablespoons.
Nice festive red.
Yeah.
And as we said, you can do soups as well. So
Right.
if you're
Soups
interested.
also work really well.
If you're not into the sweets and you're more savory, you can do that.
All right. Then a half a cup of oats, and any kind will work. And once we get this made, we'll kind of run through the cooking directions so that you can.
Okay.
And kind of as you're doing it, if you kind of shake it, and that way it just makes it look gives it a little more appeal. Then we're going to do a half a cup of regular flour, and you're going to mix that with a half a teaspoon of salt. So this is actually white whole wheat flour.
Okay.
So we always talk about on the show, trying to increase our whole grains. So using this flour, it's still, it's a little darker than regular all-purpose, but it does have that whole grain in it. So we're going to use that today.
Okay.
So kind of making our cookies a little healthier. And then we're just going to stick a half a teaspoon of salt on top. So a lot of recipes you'll find will either use the all-purpose flour or the self-rising, and this one actually uses both.
Okay.
So the cookies will rise a little bit whenever you bake them. All right.
That's good.
Next is a 1/3 cup and a tablespoon of brown sugar. And it does say packed, so I'm going to try to use all this out of here and probably open up the other. And it doesn't specify light or dark brown, so you could use.
You can combine them.
You can combine them like we might have to do if I can't get this out of here. Let's see. I've already made a mess, so we'll just add to it.
That's right.
All right, so that's packed down in there.
Okay.
Then it's going to unpack whenever we do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's the amount, I guess.
Yes, it's the amount. So brown sugar gets holes in it sometimes if you don't pack it down, so the measurement wouldn't be right. All right, next is going to be a third of cup of white sugar. Okay.
You can see as with the different layers
Yeah.
that you get some color.
So
and
that's
some
kind
fun
of why
there,
they
too.
tell you to put it in there in order, so it kind of goes back and forth. But of course, they're going to taste the same, even if you just put it all in a bowl and don't even put it in a
It
jar.
just won't look as pretty.
Right, exactly. Next, we're going to do a half a cup of dried cranberries, or like we said, you can do raisins. All right, and then if you would like, you can put chopped pecans on top. I usually omit nuts just because of allergies, but you could add that on top, and then your jar would be filled a little more. And then, well, you can
And you
put
get our
the
top here.
jar top on there so it doesn't spoil.
We
We
can get-
want
there
stale
we go.
ingredients. And there you have your jar for a gift. Tie a little ribbon on it,
Right.
little fabric on top.
And usually also what people do is put a little tag with
Right.
the cooking instructions,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, you can, these actually have the little tag already made on
Okay,
there.
they're already on there.
So if you're interested in this, let us know and we can definitely print this out for you. But for this, you're going to use a stick of butter, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And you're going to cream that together. And then you're going to add in the jar of your dry ingredients. And then just mix that. Put them on a baking sheet. Bake at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. And you have cookies.
And again, if you want any of these recipes, you can contact Abby here at the Nelson County Extension Office, and it's for the various cookies or soups or
Right.
whatever. To
Or
have a
any
nice
of your
little gift.
local extension offices if you're
Right.
not from Nelson County, they'd be happy to help you. So,
Great. Well, thank you very much.
all right, thank
This
you.
is Gary White for Channel 6 Television.